Welcome again. We're now in round 8. Spielberg, Austria. To be confused with Australia. And I've made it into Q3, as you can see, quite comfortably. The car was surprisingly quick. I was second in Q1, I was second in Q2. So I was quite surprised by the pace. I think the large, massive braking zones really give me an advantage over the AI. Speed-wise, of course, I'm always slower. But we could have a fun race. As you can see, I've already set a time and in 4th, and I'm wondering if I can go maybe a little bit higher. There's some time to be gained. I'm at like I have a 10th up on my own time in sector 1. It's not much. Braking very hard, sliding a little bit, making it work well enough. Get the apex done quite a bit, or well enough, so to say. Braking into 4th. Try to get on the power as early as I dare. Into 5th, and then accelerating again as early as I can into 6th. Pushing the reverse a little bit, 3/10 down. This is good. This is a significant improvement. I might go up a spot or 2. Let's see what I can do. Use the curb. The curbs really help your car turn. Ooh, make a little mistake, very tiny. Doesn't cost me anything. Oof. In the end, I'm a 10th quicker than my previous lap. It did cost me 2nd place actually, but I'm really close to Alonso and really close to Vettel. But I did manage to get myself a little bit higher. I'm in 3rd place with the Toro Rosso, so that's the best qualifying so far. And my car felt really good. And we're gonna see what happens. And actually almost forgot, like oh yeah, you got this little cutscene. I was not expecting to ever see this in the Toro Rosso, like I don't know. I know, crazy, right? See you guys. So here we are. It's cloudy. There's a small chance, or a reasonable chance of rain, 21%. Yeah, it's reasonably small. So that probably means since it's dry now, it will show up near the end of the race. Hopefully, like Monaco, it doesn't really affect the last lap too much. But we'll see what happens. Now looking at the qualifying, Rosberg had a pretty bad day. He's in 12th only. And there you go, strategy. I'm going to go for a 2-stopper. So setting that all up. Tire wear is actually pretty easy in this track, so I think I can manage. What we'll see. It's a bit of a stretch, but if I can make it work, I might actually be able to get myself on the podium. That was my train of thought. I've practiced this a little bit, well, actually in the league race I went for a 3-stopper and sort of made it work, but I lost out quite a bit to the guy who was actually racing, which was my teammate Farsight. But now of course I've got the AI cars, and since if I can do a reasonable pace, who knows? And since I'm pretty high up, if I can get a good start, maybe I can take the lead and at least suppress their pace for the first stint, at least till they pit, which might help me in the later stages. So let's get ready. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, and away we go. Lots of wheel spin, pretty good off the line, and stay with Alonso and Hamilton. Gonna go to the inside, brake very late, go a little bit wide. Game's okay with it, so I'm like, alright, screw it, let's go, let's go, let's go. First place in the Toro Rosso, who gives a shit, let's do this. Going on to the first hairpin, very tight corner, still keep it in 2nd gear, and I find this exit tricky every time I have to do it. I think this is like one of those corners where I really burn my rear tires up. And this second little right-hander going down is also quite tricky, especially when they start going off. It becomes a very awkward corner. I actually start steering in way too early for this one, kind of messed it up completely. Still always a bit antsy when the full fuel is in the car. But we're alright, we are alright. Hamilton, of course, right up our gearbox. The Mercedes is very quick. Down into 5th, use the curbs to turn the car, and on the throttle. As early as I dare going too soon would probably, like, yeah, create wheel spin and mess your day up quite a bit. So that's lap 1. And I'm still in the lead of this Grand Prix. I wasn't expecting that to happen, so I'm actually ahead of my target, which they want me to do, because I qualified so well. They want me to finish in 2nd place. It's a stretch, but it might be possible with some luck. So I can definitely block them, and maybe with the pit stop I can get the upper hand. So here we are, lap 3. Nothing really happened, and Vern, well, instead I'm not really the pace of Vern, so it's the fastest lap at the moment with a 1:14.0. That will probably change soon enough once I sort of find my groove. There you go, later on, lap 3. DRS is now activated, so Hamilton will be using it on the straight. And we're sending purple sectors everywhere. You can see Vern all the way back in the field. And bam, 1:13.6. But Hamilton is very close, he will have DRS, so he's probably got the quicker lap, so he'll probably get the fastest lap time, does he? Yes, he does, 1:13.0. Quite a bit faster, 6/10 on that lap, so yikes. Lap 4, going a little bit defensive, Hamilton comes speeding by. I can outbrake him quite easily, make the corner, no problems on grip as well. And there's nothing Hamilton can do, he has to wait a little bit longer, lap 7. Ooh, I make a big mistake, knock the wall, do not damage the car. Somehow Hamilton slips by. I tried to squeeze Alonso off, doesn't really happen. Alonso brakes very early, that allows me back by, and apparently I've hit him. I don't really even on the replay I hear a hit, but apparently, guess I did something I wasn't supposed to. But I lose 2nd place, or 1st place, and now in 2nd, and that means Hamilton is gone and will probably storm towards victory here today. Not much I can do to catch him, but maybe strategy will work my way, who knows. Lap 10, you can see me slipping out of that corner there, which means they're pretty much done. Easing into the pit lane, worried about the tyre wear, because when it goes, your tyres are gone. Like, really gone. They're not, you know, going slow doesn't work, just touching the throttle will make your car spin. It's absolutely ridiculous how suddenly it does decide to go. So there you go, in the pit lane, already dropped to 2nd. Rosberg is now the leader, he probably started on the prime tyres. Hamilton goes by, so will a few others, no doubt. There comes Ricciardo, was in 5th, so let's guess that's Alonso and Ricciardo. Ooh, I hit the wall like an idiot. On the way out, did not cross the white line. Hamilton sets a faster lap, and it is Ricciardo ahead of me, and in front of them is Alonso. Massa is behind. Quite close there. Bit late on the brakes. I think Vettel is stuck behind the Williams. It's fine with me. I don't mind him being stuck. And now we're gonna have to do 11 laps on these tires. I didn't actually have a clean set because I used all my tires in every session. I didn't expect my pace to be this big. I used an option set to qualify in Q1. If I did that, I might have been able to use 12, which, well, maybe would have been better for the prime stint at the end, which would have been a little stretch. Here we go, onto the straight. I am sort of dangling on this. I'm not really losing it, or losing much, or gaining much either. Ricciardo is suddenly dropping off. Alonso ahead of him is gone. First time I have DRS. Catching him quite a bit, so my DRS speed is pretty good. Lose the back end though as soon as I get behind him, annoyingly enough. Might have been able to use the draft to go for an overtake. I think I drive around on this track with 3 rings or something, so not a lot at all. 3 or 4-4, I'm not sure what it was. Maybe 4-4. I wait a little bit with the DRS opening, with opening the DRS, sorry, when I feel I've got the traction. Showing him I'm there, not really a realistic way to overtake him there. This of course where the section where they're quick. So going by his pace, because I almost run into the back of him here. He's probably going to pit. Simulated behavior. There he goes for the white line. I slow down a little bit behind him, make sure I don't hit his backside, still go over the line. Still get a bit of DRS down this straight. Prime tires for Alonso, he's also in the pits. Now we're going for 4 laps longer than they will. Eek. It was really crossed. There you go. This is lap 21. There you go. Lap 11 laps. Stretch already. Still feeling confident. I'm in first place at the moment because Hamilton has pitted as well, of course. Magnussen is now in third for the moment. He hasn't pitted yet, but he probably will this lap or soon. Ooh, there we go, losing the car again. Look at that rear. On the right rear, it's gone completely. Doing 1 lap would be absolutely mental. Here I'm already sliding into the pit lane. So now we're gonna go for the biggest gamble of the race. Can I actually bloody get to the finish line? And what will the weather do? I was hoping since at some point the weather of course was announced that it was coming, and I was hoping it came in earlier than it did. That would have been helpful for me, since I wouldn't have actually had to waste the pit stop to get the first tires anyway. But we'll see. We'll see. I wouldn't have done it at this point. I've come out in third, actually jumping Ricciardo somehow, and Alonso is up there in second. So far I'm quite happy. I'm not really gaining on him, not losing too much on him, but that's good. Ricciardo is actually dropping back a little bit. I think back markers here and there help me, but we're on a more or less similar pace. I lose a few tenths, a little bit of time. I'm pre-selecting the tyres. Weather has been announced at this point. And here we got 2 cars, a Marussia and a Caterham, toe to toe, going wide. Bianchi and Kobayashi in that order on the track. Not much of a problem there. There you go, there's another back marker. Who is that ahead of us? Ooh, lose the car almost again. It's Vern, my teammate. There you go, I lapped my teammate. He's not going to be happy with it. Maybe this way. Oh, when the gear too high, just take the extra curb, because if I turn too much with the throttle on, I'll just lose the car. And Hamilton has pitted. As I passed Vern, I went really quickly, and it's also, you can see raindrops, and I'm still going to the end. So it's lap 31 now, 5 laps remains. Here comes Hamilton, he's going like a storm. He's got DRS now, option tyres. Ooh, he bumps into me because he brakes early, going after the braking line, like a dummy, and I sort of get him back. So here's on later on, same that lap. I decided, you know what, buddy? You go ahead. I'm not going to keep you behind me. And Jesus Christ, they are so strange sometimes in the braking zones. And behind me is Hülkenberg. He's a lap down, so it doesn't really matter. So jumping on ahead to lap 34. My tyres are not feeling happy, and there's 2 laps to go. The rain is coming down a little bit by bit. Alonso is so much quicker than me. Somehow getting the podium is going to be a bit of a stretch. I drive the optimal line to sort of keep Alonso from wanting to go to the left of me. I have to be seeking, already get a lot of wheel spin out the exit. Tires are cooling down a little bit, and with the massive tire weather that I have, I am not looking very hot at the moment. It's gonna be a mad struggle to get to the finish line. There you go, already the car starts to pull. I go to lean mix in the middle sector just to help me. I brake very early and I can't keep the car straight through the corner, so my tires are screwed. I have to drive very aggressively. There goes Alonso, just on the outside of me. Then he drives like a fucking moron again, in the same way that Hamilton did. Hülkenberg is an idiot as well. That's the problem with AI cars. They know they're quicker than me, but they're going to slow down immediately, which means they're going to be more annoying all the time. So one more lap, I'm in third. Vettel is now in fourth place. This is getting ridiculous. There he already is, and I went to the line, didn't seem to, or saw him too late, so he bumped into the back of me. There you go, my lap time is absolutely gone. And of course, there goes fucking Vettel. There goes Vern, but he's dumbass too, because he brakes as well, for no goddamn reason. I just feel like so dejected right now, because I'm fear I'm gonna lose everything. You see that the backmarker cars are making it so treacherous. So when I go past you, and rightfully so, but they won't, at the same time they're not going to. And there's a car ahead of me going pretty goddamn slow. Like, this is, how are you supposed to drive a car? Why does this always happen? This is always the strangest thing to me. Like, it doesn't go that smoothly, it just, it's a little bit gone, and it's completely gone. I think Vern probably rammed into Perez there. I'm just I cannot, at this point, I cannot barely touch the throttle. I just have to go so gentle. Like, there you go, as you can see a little bit. They look about as gone as the previous stint, but I wasn't suffering as nearly as much, so the combination of tire wear and a slightly damp track, that was just mortifying. And even commentating, I'm just like, oh god, it was so terrible. I felt that like I lost everything, because I was going on for the podium. Still, fourth is the highest I've ever finished, so I still didn't do bad at all. I mean, I got another 12 points in the goddamn Toro Rosso. But yeah, wow, what a last two laps that was. Nail-biting, just trying to get that thing to turn. It was impossible. Vern, there you go, in 15th. Still kept him a lap down, so that's a small victory. Oh, wow. How fast can you lose it with tire wear? It hit me like a hammer. So I got a very good amount of points there, 43. It's quite high. Especially after some races. Yeah, that's a lot higher than I was expecting to be. Of course, all the constructors would be the same. I haven't dropped out of the top 10 yet. I'm in a solid 7th place at the moment, it would seem. So let's see how well I will do at the next few races. At least from the multiplayer side, I have a pretty good setup for Silverstone. But of course, the wet's probably gonna change that. We'll see what happens when I go out again for the British Grand Prix. Fingers crossed. Yeah, see, he is unhappy. I kind of felt like that, but still, fourth. I mean, come on, guys. Bye-bye.